to the affirmative team, driving is not essential for those under the age of 18 because students are in school half of the day. Yet they seem to have forgotten that within a household, studies have shown by the HHS, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and Child Trends Analysis of March 2012 Current Population Survey have confirmed that 44% of households have two parents employed and 21% of single parents are employed, leaving you with a percentage of 65 for parents working. Now, if you have parents at work, then how are your students getting home after school? Because again, the affirmative team states that those under the age of 18 are in school half the time. Your biggest disadvantage of not allowing those under the age of 18 to drive is simple. You put those who provide for the household in a dilemma with their employer. Allowing students to drive as early as 16, which is on average your junior year in high school, will give restrictions. The Department of Motor Vehicles for Teen Safe Driving issued learner permit restrictions for 16 and 17-year-olds. It doesn't necessarily mean that the drivers will be on the street all the time. It's just to and from where it needs to be done, where someone needs to go. According to USA Today, Robert Davis interviews Liza Darwin, who says raising the driving age would inconvenience a lot of parents. That comes straight from a parent. It was also stated that driving during the age of 15 through 18 has no purpose for social development. With some research found on timetoast.com, it clearly reads that during the ages of 10 through 18 is when a person begins their social development in a variety of ways. Peer pressure exists through all walks of life. To relate peer pressure during the driving ages under 18 as a negative is not a valid point or reason as to why it's of no help for one's social development, because it happens at any age, not just under 18. In addition, Mayor Jen Mohammed Al Zafran, the director of the Dubai Police Traffic Department, says that keeping the age limit to 16 would help solve the problem of untrained and underage teenagers getting behind the wheel illegally. Allowing young people to drive at the age of 16 is protection for them because it's an opportunity at a younger age to gain experience and knowledge for what is out on the road, which makes it a disadvantage to raise the driving age to 18 and limiting your youth from gaining experience. Driving is a privilege to all that are on the road. How accurate can those stats researched by the affirmative team be due to the facts that 5.5 million licensed drivers are older? 5.5 million licensed drivers are of the age of 55 and older, according to the DMV. The high-risk drivers are not young adults. They are the senior drivers. It's the Department of Motor Vehicles that posts on their website under the senior driver information that as a group, older people are relatively safe drivers, but after the age of 64, their crash risk increases. Not only are older drivers a higher risk than younger drivers, but older drivers show limitations on the useful field of view, also known as the UFOV test, according to Joanne M. Wood, a PhD of Queensland University of Technology. Based off the affirmative's third point, you really don't find a disadvantage, just that I can only provide proof that the high-risk drivers aren't 18 and under. It's those 18 through 24 that are high-risk drivers. According to StreetDirectory.com, young men between the ages of 18 to 24 are responsible for a large percentage of reckless driving accidents. This, to me, is the biggest disadvantage of having the driving age start at 18. If anything, you'll have younger drivers taking precautions on the road. So again, they said that traveling is not essential before 18, driving is not a part of social development, and that young drivers are high risk. Analyze all the affirmative solutions and you'll see the inconsistencies with their facts. Driving at the early age of 16 doesn't allow a person to get behind the wheel just like that. A license as early as 16 years old will require completion of a standardized driver education course, but also it will be a provisional license that places plenty of restrictions to build their social development, but also makes them less of a risk on the road.
Unless you want to stop it. 80% input. 80% input, which is